I was rummaging through my dad's closet because he told me about a leather jacket he used to have. And I came across this bin. I pulled the bin out, I looked at it, I opened it, and I found this gold mine of VHSs that I hadn't seen in maybe years. I started going through them. I found different copies of movies that I've never heard, I've seen before, and I thought, how long have we had these? I started looking through the VHSs to see what did this household, what did our family collect over the time. I saw classic VHSs that I thought we lost or didn't have. There was something magical about it. The second I put the first VHS tape in of Thriller, put it in the machine, heard the machine run it for a few seconds, there was magic. There was this energy, there was this nostalgia flow. I started watching the entire documentary of Michael Jackson's Thriller behind the scenes, and I started watching an original copy of Nightmare Before Christmas, all in one sitting on a Sunday afternoon. I recently bought a copy of The Thing in 4K from Amazon for only $12, and this tremendously improves the quality of the original Thing if you compare it to the original 35mm release of when it came out back then. Clear. This, in a sense, is a type of film preservation. This is what is needed. Such collections such as Criterion, Shout Factory, Arrow. You've probably seen several videos of different actors doing the Criterion Closet.
And you look at Do the Right Thing, you see artisan dialogue, so French New Wave, it's coming in the bag. Jackie Chan box set, you know what I'm saying?
I think I discovered cinema, like properly. You know, how to make cinema here with Alfonso Cuarón, who included us in the making of this.
And most of the common themes are the same. It's preservation, culture, and just restoration of older films. There was a Criterion Closet edition I saw with Kojima, where he mentioned a lot of older Japanese films from the 50s and 60s are not being preserved for the youth to watch, because if no one's watching those films, it's almost as if a piece of history is missing from that culture.
なかなか Blu-Ray とか DVD が、商品化されてなくて、でクライテリオンさんのやつを買って見てるというところです。なので日本の若者たちは50年代60年代の巨匠の映画をあんまり見てないということなので。
And for me at least, I want to have a great collection of films that will show off what exactly is available throughout the world, in the United States. And it kind of reminds me of like an old curation playlist or a radio show where they would play certain songs in a way where you would listen and you would gain new perspectives, new songs, new ideas, what is offered out there, what's being done. And I just wanted to show off my collection today. We have a lot of Criterion films and we have several Blu-ray copies of movies that I wanted to show off, talk about where I bought it from, and kind of explain the importance of why film preservation and DVD collecting is so important. Now, the first collection I'm going to show off is my favorite Blu-rays. These are movies that I've personally liked, and I've always, like an apocalypse happened, HBO Max, that's not going to work. It's not going to, help you out. These movies are essentials, I think. These are movies that are really representative of themes, ideas. We'll just show it off. We have The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing. This is, of course, John Carpenter's magnum opus film, horror movie. Antarctic researchers get trapped in an iceberg, not iceberg, but like a military base in Antarctica. And there is a monster, there is a thing. If you've seen the film, you would know exactly what it is. It's terrific, and I recommend it. Creed, the reboot of the Rocky, soft reboot of the franchise, stars Michael B. Jordan. This kind of sprung him into main stardom. I mean, if you saw Fruitvale Station, you would know. But Ryan Coogler, this is the first film of 3, the best one of them, and recommendation. Rian Johnson's Knives Out, an original film, 2019. This was an incredible film. This really launched Rian Johnson into the mainstream conversation. Before The Last Jedi, this is probably the first film where everyone knew, oh, that's that Ryan Johnson guy. He made Brick, he made Looper. They knew about it, but this film really brought an ensemble of characters and made it really interesting to see like a mystery play out. Now, this one's for sure a me movie because it's just two characters, Banshees and Inisherin. It is a breakup movie, not a relationship like dating, a breakup movie. It's set on the islands of, I believe, Ireland. It's shot there. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, if you've seen In Bruges, you would know their performances are tremendous in this. But in this film, it's heartbreaking. It's a bit cynical and venomous at moments, but it is definitely a good film to watch. It's on HBO Max. If you don't get a chance, buy it, but if you can't, stream it. Now, The Black Phone is a modern classic for horror. Why? It is a new iconic character where just Ethan Hawke is just, offing kids using a basement, and it is a very spooky movie, and I really enjoyed it. Original character, original story. I mean, it is a Joe Hill novel, short story, but it's still really good. Now this is a classic. This is, if you follow me on Letterboxd, you would know that this is my movie. This is, Phantom Thread is like the GOAT of all time. Look at that. Just classic. That is certified classic. I'm not gonna talk much about it, but it is about a, fashion designer. He makes dresses for women, and he falls in love with Vicky Krieps in this film. I think it's like 1950s London. It is a mind-blowing, I think it's P.T. Anderson's best film. It is my personal favorite, so if it's that, then I must be right. Color of Money, I was listening to the Big Picture podcast. Sean Fennessy and Amanda Dobbins recommended this film, and they did an episode on The Ringer about it. And I knew that, oh, okay, it's a pool movie. I like pool movies, like bowling, darts, pool, just any physical games you can play at the bar really catches my eye. And then this movie, it's a Scorsese film, highly underrated, not really talked about that much. I really enjoyed it. It's really good. Paul Newman, it's technically a sequel to the movie that he was in, but it's kind of like a soft connected. Tom Cruise is iconic in this. This is, I think, maybe like the 80s. It's a really solid film. And it looks so good on like the Blu-ray re-release because it just makes the colors pop out really more. The stingy, kind of dirty bars look more lively, and you can see the true colors. It looks really good, and you should check it out. This is one of my favorite movies. Not really a movie, but a collection of movies. Wallace and Gromit is very important to me because they show the British hospitality so well in these movies. And I think it was The Wrong Trousers, might be one of the best animated films ever made. Aardman Animations goes crazy. They go like wild on The Wrong Trousers. The animation is something you're never gonna see. The stop motion of the little figurines while on a train, it's something you're not gonna see really anywhere else. This is such crafted with love, attention. You're not gonna get it. You need to see it at some point. It is on Amazon Prime, but you could probably find one of these dirt cheap on eBay. And it's really easy to watch, really easy. Anybody can enjoy it. Now, here comes the pretentious college film student I am, and I'm gonna show off my Criterion collection. These are classic films that are curated by the company, Criterion Collection. These are movies that are chosen by some shadow organization, some realm, some group of people that decide which movies are worth preserving and putting out a very expensive copy of that movie. So people like me can buy them during the flash sale or Barnes & Noble sale to collect and never buy a house, but at least I have Chronos on Blu-ray. Now, we are gonna show off these films. First, I have Francis Ha. This is Noah Baumbach's classic. I would say this is probably one of my favorite films from him. It's either probably Marriage Story, I don't know why I don't have that movie, or probably this one. I do like Kicking and Screaming, I do like Greenberg. Those movies are fine and such, but this one really led by Greta Gerwig. This was basically her iconic role. This is one of her best roles. She's great. It's a bit of a slapstick kind of humor. Maybe if you're just a late 20s adult, you could find it relatable. But regardless, I feel like anybody who's had problems in life, aged, has problems finding a job. That's a really relatable movie, and you would really enjoy it. Now, Bong Joon-ho, he is a staple in his household. He's a saint. This is one of his earlier films, Memories of a Murder. This came out, I believe, in 2003. Yeah, oh, wow, I guessed it. It is about a small town. They're solving a murder. And it's pretty run-of-the-mill, investigative film. But it's just a lot of the details, a lot of the filmmaking, the mise-en-scène, the camera work really shows off Bong Joon-ho's style. It's very sharp, punchy, and toward the end, when you finish the last clip of the film, you are just heartbroken. Your heart sinks to the ground, to the bottom of the ocean, and you just feel terrible. But it is such a great movie. If Bong Joon-ho was a saint, then Kronos with Guillermo del Toro, he would be the pope of this household. This is a classic in our household. This is one of my mother's favorite films too. It's about a gentleman. He is, I believe his name is Señor Gris. It's about a vampiric story, and this little gold device latches onto your skin, sucks blood, but it makes you youthful forever. So in a sense, it is a vampire film, but it is a Kronos spun idea from Guillermo. So you're gonna see a lot of mechanical machinery, a lot of blood, a lot of makeup. Very good film. It is not, I believe it is his first film in 1993 when it came out. Damn, I am just on the years right now. But it's highly recommended and it's pretty good. See, now this film is very important. You ask any Mexican, what movies they're gonna talk about, which are the most important films in Mexico. And it's gonna be 3, and this is the one of the 3. I have 2. The other one is a bit harder to find. Is Los Olvidados. That's a harder movie to find. I haven't watched it yet. But Inarritu, this is, I believe, his first directional debut. It has Gael Garcia Bernal, and it is such a good movie. It might be low budget, but the editing and the storytelling of this film was so revolutionary. It was so action-packed. It was in your face. You didn't know what was going to happen next. It's definitely not a happy movie. If you're not okay with dog violence, I probably wouldn't watch this movie. But if you're an adult, you can watch this film. It is so good. The drama is so tension-filled. Definitely gives you anxiety. I get stressed out watching this movie. But it is so good. Recommend it. Please check it out. Now, this movie is one of my favorites. I watched this when I was younger. Bought this recently in a Criterion flash sale, I think last year. Trainspotting is pretty good. It's Ewan McGregor. It's a collection of these 4 kind of losers in, I believe, Scotland. It was a Scottish movie. It's about these 5 losers, and one is introduced later. She's a girl at the club. They are just addicted to heroin. They do not like living a sober life. This is just, if you want a good PSA of to not do drugs, this is definitely the film to do it. There is some imagery in this film that would just scar you for life. It is just foul. I think it's Danny Boyle. Yeah, Danny Boyle. He just makes these images that will bake into your brain, and even if you don't remember the plot of the movie, what exactly happens, these images in your brain will stay recycling it forever and ever through your brain, like a cycle, a carousel, because of how visually scary this film is. This idea of a person getting addicted and then the effects that these dudes go through, what happens when you just keep using that drug. It is scary, it is upsetting, but goddamn, it is a very good movie. I really recommend it. This should be one of your first films that you watch that are a bit tougher. If you're not used to tough movies with strong themes and very harsh visuals, this is a good one to start with. Just kind of get it out of the way. Get it out of the way. Malcolm X, you gotta get Malcolm X. This is Denzel Washington's probably his best performance ever. I don't think he won an Oscar for this. I need to check on that. But this is a perfect movie. This is one of the best movies ever made. I probably would want to get the 4K edition at some point. It's one of the best. High and Low, this is Kurosawa's probably best film. I don't know, Seven Samurai is a very good film, but this one they made a remake of it. Speaking of Spike Lee, I don't think it was good, but this movie is an instant classic. If you're not used to watching Kurosawa films, start with the samurai films, start with the Yojimbos, the Onibabas. Was it Onibaba? No, I don't know. It was Dreams. Start with that, work your way down, get to that film, and see what you think. Another Coen Brothers film, Inside Llewyn Davis. This film is so good. I think this was my first Criterion Collection film. I love this film to death. It is about the artistic journey of a broke, good singer named Llewyn Davis, played by Oscar Isaac. He is just kind of a loser in the film. He has no money, no career ahead of him. He is struggling, and that's the beauty of this film. You really see a person struggle. Also recurring characters, John Goodman and Oscar Isaac. I think this is the only movie they collaborate with. It's so good. It shows Chicago. It's a road trip film. It's a journey film. It's a solid film. Everybody should watch it. It's an essential Coen Brothers film. Now, Do the Right Thing. This is a classic. This is probably one of my favorite films of all time. Everybody knows this is Sal's Pizza Kitchen. Everyone should really see this film. The collection it came with is very beautiful. It comes with the colors of the brand he had, I think 40 Acres and a Mule. Just kind of see that mural again. You don't get that with digital media. You really can't get that. Look how beautiful that is. Oh my God. Blowout. This movie is certified banger. This is Brian De Palma's mystery, thriller, noir, horror, action thriller. It's everything. This is probably John Travolta's one of his best roles, I think, between Saturday Night Fever and this film. It is such a good thriller. I think, oh my God, what's his name? John Lithgow. John Lithgow was in this film. He's a killer. It's a political espionage. So good. I could recommend that to anybody, and it would be a perfect film. I don't think a person would hate this film at all. I just love that film. I would die with it. If my house burned down, that's the one movie I would probably keep too. Now, this is where it all began. Remember I mentioned the 3 movies that every Mexican knows? This is one of them. This is Y Tu Mamá También. This is a classic historical film. It's just a movie where you feel free. There's a lot of emotion. It's a road trip film. These 2 horny dudes are trying to sleep with Maribel Verdú, and the movie is just really emotional. There's a breakup scene, not the way you're thinking of in this movie. It is so heartbreaking. It's rough. It delivers it in the epilogue so nonchalantly with such cold, factual statements that it makes you think how crazy life can be. And this movie has Diego Luna, it has Gael Garcia, and it's such a good movie. It's a good road trip film. It's perfect. There's a Marco Antonio Solis song that's like in my head forever. I'm gonna listen to it forever. But it's such a good film. 2001. This really changed the way you could really watch a film. Some movies are serious, they have lighting, they got proper 3-point lighting. This movie probably has it, but the way it's filmed, it feels like you're just floating with the movie. Like you don't really feel like you're watching it. You're floating and you're an observer. You're really analyzing every scene. I think this was my first film. This is the one that got me into the collection. It's the DVD with Blu-ray combo, but I might want to get the 4K edition at some point. I really recommend it. This is one of my legit favorite films of all time. Now you're probably thinking like, what's the point? What's the point of having all these DVDs? What is the point? Why spend $10 for a DVD when you could just rent it for $2 on Amazon and just watch it once and forget about it? The thing about these films is that when you watch these movies, when you have them in person, you definitely have that freedom to watch it anytime you want, for one. Second, the quality of the film is always going to be higher. If it says 4K UHD on a disc, that quality is going to be stupid, crazy, insane. You're going to see every detail, every pore, every eyelash, every pimple. You're going to see everything in the film. All the information from the film will be on that disc. When you have a Blu-ray, you're going to have a copy of all the time. When people say, I want analog in my car, I want analog in my music, this is the equivalent to that for analog. Like, digital is not going to have that same you know, priority for quality. Like, it's not gonna exist. When you have these films, these are relics. These are pieces of treasures through history. They represent history. What is the moral dilemma of that time period? What is the point? Why do we stress? Why do humans spend 2 years making a film when you could just go to work and die?
I think that the slow death of physical media is a terrible thing for consumers. I think it's a terrible thing for filmmakers who want their films to have a life beyond whatever their initial release is.
These really, like the Roger Ebert quote says, movies are empathy generators. These really show you what exists throughout the world. These are relics. These are reminders of what is out there. What stories can we tell from certain people? Doesn't matter which background you come from. What can we represent in these films? You know, Malcolm X, legendary. Maybe you don't know him. You could watch that film. All these films have something to tell you. If you follow me on this journey, this odyssey through my physical media collection, please give me and Concho a like. It takes a lot of effort to just collect all this media, really talk about it, really figure out like what I own. Edit the videos, you know, and I'm gonna keep going with the videos over long term. I hope I could do more of a concentrated, curated kind of vision for the channel, but this seems like the right direction. So thank you very much. Hit subscribe if you can, hit the like. Everything will be grateful. Spread the word and have a good viewing experience.